I'm on a date tonight, so I'll have to just fucking go to... No, I'll just do it in front of her, shouldn't I?
Going! He's kept going! He's gone! Oh, Stockport pressure. Oh, the header and a superb goal! Johnny did it! Lisa! Rose tries to get the ball in. Wilkinson! The ball at his first goal in 13 games. Towards Sars, I think he deserves a goal. Hampton with a score. Oh, Paddy Madden. It's a 5-star performance from Stockport County.
All right, we got a small house, but we got a big bloody heart, I tell you.
Thing is, like, the tighter you pull it, the more it gets sodden. Someone's got to fill the David Walliams gap. Like, there's a gap in the market there. I knew that was going to happen. By the way, I called that 10 years ago. If anyone wants to hear my list of other people who are going to get outed, I have a list. DM me anytime. We'll have a good old chat about it. Hello and welcome to the 86th thrilling instalment and a Christmassy instalment of SK3 TV, the show for the thinking county fan. As long as what the county fan is thinking is, oh my God, was that a win at Field Mill? We've prepared stuff that's not football related because we assume we'd be doing anything but talking about County at Mansfield. Yes, every week we are talking about whatever has happened in SK3, and this week it pertains to two, not just one win, two wins, and one of them at a place where we don't win. In it, Hannah.
When was the other win?
Did we play Tuesday?
No.
It was a Tuesday. When did we play at Doncaster?
Fucking hell, the week before. You know,
It was the week before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was dead.
Oh, you weren't here for the discussion of the 3-3 draw last week. So we had two games last week.
Oh, of course.
Like, lumped them together and called it a 3-3 draw, and it just made me feel much better about the whole situation.
It's fair. Fully on board. How are we otherwise?
I'm good. Yeah, I've just
feeling festive
yesterday. I mean, not well. I've got like a festive. I've sold in Charlotte's festive Starbucks cup. This is about 60% McDonald's chocolate milkshake and approximately 40% Baileys. So that feels pretty festive.
You know, when you said it's 60% milkshake, I was like, what's the 40% going to be? I hope it's Baileys. And then it was! Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm getting some Baileys tomorrow. I'm going to be having Baileys on cereal Christmas morning.
It's what baby Jesus would have wanted.
It's milk.
I feel like this came from Asda and it was like really, really cheap. I should go and get some more before, you know.
I think we all should. I think we should create a rush.
Quite strong. Maybe I got the
yes.
slightly wrong. But last week I had Baileys, the trauma of doing a live show on my own, and I listened back to the Charlotte bit. I can't remember why I listened back to it. And you could hear my ice cubes clinking in the glass.
Yes.
So I thought that maybe I should tone it down a bit today.
No, that should be the ambient noise on any podcast. So, I think it should just be. In fact, we'll change the opening titles and we'll change it to like a minute of ice clinking in the glass.
Yeah. Speaking of ice, that's what I meant to bring down. I went and picked up my Bagara gin yesterday.
Did you?
Can highly recommend Stockport gin. I also got some last minute Christmas presents for people that I've made, like a little gin and tonic kit. So they've got a bauble of Stockport gin. Well, they've got one each, and then like a little can of bougie tonic and a lime, and that's their like.
That's cool. That
make your own fancy gin.
I'll be heading there prior to Wednesday because I need to get some.
On Saturday, I was like, "Is this?" Because I checked the website and it looked like they were closed, like because they're always closed on Monday. They open a bit on Tuesday. I was like, "Well, they're not going to open Wednesday," but no, he said that they're pretty much out until Christmas. So
they are.
Genuinely, they've got Christmas crackers. They've got all sorts of really lovely, kind of nice local, shop local.
Yeah, that's what you should be. SK3 TV says shop local, and then we'll put a little thing along the bottom of the screen at that point. Done. Sorted.
Yeah.
Admin! It's admin time. Let's do it after this. We are, of course, proudly sponsored by Blackbird Kitchen on the pans at Gorilla Manchester, on the grills at Impossible Manchester, and on the fryers at Len's Chippy in Droylsden. Hannah, what should people be doing if they're watching or consuming this in any way?
All I can think about is the Baileys that I'm consuming. And I've just had
Fair.
a really lovely text message saying nice jumper from someone that you would not be expecting under any circumstances to be complimenting me on my jumper. So hi. Thank
Is
you.
it Vernon Bear?
No, but oh my gosh, you missed that. Me and Ben and
This
Barrett
is-
married. Like he
this...
proposed down on one knee, like, you know, mind the ring. There was no actual ring. I'm, you know, still waiting for that. But yeah.
It'd have to be a... I mean, when it comes to the wedding, he's going to need a big ring, isn't he? Because he's got big paws.
Oh right, I wondered where that was going. I am going to insist on a on the pitch wedding. And
Fair.
yeah, that's it. And then after I accepted his proposal, like tacitly, I don't think I actually said yes, but we went introducing me to people and saying like we're together, so it's happening.
God. Well,
Yeah.
I have 1 week off, and this is
I
what
know.
I miss.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was big news. It was such big news that I forgot about it until Charlotte did her little bit and was like, "Oh yeah," and then Ben and Bear asked you to marry him. Can I be
Yeah,
the maid of honour? And it's like, yeah, go on.
I'd have thought there'd be a list for the maid of honour first. I thought it'd be people you know rather than people you're related to. I thought I'd be first on the list.
I was going to say that you could be my best woman, and then realise it doesn't work like that.
No, it can do. You can do what you want with weddings. You can do what you want nowadays. That's what I'm going to do. Just do what you want. It's your day.
Hang on. Oh, you having another wedding?
Might do. Yeah, but hopefully I might do. Just gotta find a woman now. No, I've got one. She's lovely. Right, let's go. Hannah, what should people be doing if they're watching and listening and not proposing to
like
Remember.
and subscribe, obviously.
Obviously. Right, before we get on to the We Do Not Care Club, so full all week, I wasn't here last week, so I weren't well. I had a thrilling anecdote last week, a hilarious anecdote, and then I thought, well, we'll go big on these anecdotes, because we're not going to be wanting to talk about County at Mansfield right before Christmas. There's no way anything in that game's going to happen that's going to lead us to want to talk about it. There's no way we're going to get anything out of that. So I've been out and about this week. I stored up another 2 anecdotes on Friday morning. So I'm a 3 anecdote guy, Hannah.
Shit. I don't know whether I'm ready for this.
I'm wondering which one to hit you with first. Okay, right. I'll go. No, there should be. I've had fucking long enough, haven't I? I'll go with the first one because it's chronological and that's how we like to do it.
All right.
So.
And these better be good because I've been teased with these for, the best part of a week.
Well, I sent friend of the show and occasional stand-in Dave Philbin a voice note of the first story. It was a 2-minute voice note, and he laughed for 90 seconds.
I've heard, yeah.
So that's the sort of level we're looking at,
Okay.
and he's got good taste in comedy as well.
All right. Well,
Right.
we have the same sense of humour. That doesn't mean good taste in comedy.
It does. You do a podcast with me, you've got good taste in comedy, and so have I. Right. So. Not this Monday just gone, the Monday before, I took a trip to Mrs. Nick SK3 TV's house in Prestwich.
Okay.
So I went into Manchester. I thought, I'll make us a curry for tea. I'll go to Aldi in the Arndale. I'll get the requisite ingredients to cook up a lovely bloody feast.
Right.
Because that's just I'm a modern man, Hannah.
Yeah.
That's
and you can make some really lovely vegan curries.
You can make some really lovely vegan curries, and I did, Hannah. That's not the focus of the story. The curry bit was fine. In Aldi, got all my stuff. Had my list because I'm an efficient gentleman. Had my list, got all my stuff. Got to the counter, and they had these lovely looking sweets at the counter, like little wine gum type things.
I know what's going to happen.
Little fruity sweets. I was like, oh, get some of that. And the vegan friendly. I was like, oh, she can have some of them. She can have some little sweets after a tea. Oh, what a nice boyfriend I am.
I know where this is going.
So I had some sweets on the tram.
Of course you did.
It's a lovely afternoon. I got round to hers. Put the stuff in the kitchen for the tea. I said, oh, I've got some sweets here we can have a nibble on if you want. They're vegan friendly. She goes, oh. She looks at the packet. She goes, oh, are these the ones that have laxative effects? Mm-hmm. I said, what? She goes, oh, yeah, it's well known, these sweets. They're like, it's on the label and everything. I was like, no, they wouldn't do that. I looked at the label. There it was in the tiniest bold writing you've ever seen in your life. Like, Mr. Glasses wearer here was having a nightmare. She said, oh, it's all right. How many did you have? You only had a couple. I said, no, I had 2 bags on the train. She's like, oh, that might be an issue. So it was the mental turmoil that started before the gastric turmoil. Yeah, I started thinking, oh, I'm going to die. Can I go home and be in my own bed? Would it be weird if I said to the woman I love, oh, can you take me home? I want to go to my own bed because I'm worried about what's going to happen. Didn't do any of that in the end. Stayed there. Cooked the tea. I'm there in the kitchen cooking the tea. Bit of a stomachache, thinking, oh, I'm not fancying this curry. The curry recipe I'd got said it served 2, but I was cooking for 3. So I doubled the recipe. That turned out to make it too spicy. Not a problem for 2 of us, but Laura's daughter was having a nightmare with that. So we were fine. And then after the curry that ended up being too spicy, I was just doubled over, basically on the floor. Like, it was like contractions. At first I was getting the pain like every 20 minutes. And then it got to the point, like, I'm there with a stopwatch. I'm like, oh no, it's every 5 minutes now. Oh no, it's every 2 minutes. Like, what happens when they get to like 20 seconds apart? Do I need to be in the bathroom when this happens? And then it got to about 8 o'clock, and she goes, "Yeah, you go up to bed. Here's a hot water bottle. You go up to bed." She's nice like that. And so I get into bed, and I'm asleep for about 8:30. I'm just like cuddled in this hot water bottle, and then I woke up about 2 in the morning, and just it felt like everything had moved, Hannah, to use the medical term. Nothing happened. I just got up out of bed, and then the pain went. It was mental. I was expecting. I was there with my phone and my vape, ready for like a long sit down, and yeah, and it was just all over. Like as soon as it was traumatic. And you know what I did the next day? I got another bag on my way home because they were so nice. But it turns out I can eat 1 bag. 1 bag is fine. Anything above 1 bag, I'm asking for trouble. So that was good.
I'm shocked and stunned that you weren't aware of.
No, it's a bit. Everyone I've told the story to, they've got to the same point you did and gone, "Oh right." I was like, "Why is this should?"
They're always right by the pill as well. Always, like often, like in the little boxes. And
yeah.
And because I mean, the ingredient that's in them that makes them have laxative effects is like a sweetener, essentially. So
yeah, it's because the sugar-free, yeah.
Really, like, oh, well, go on then. Like,
but this is what happens. I'm making an effort. Like, I've cut out like sugary fizzy drinks. I've made an effort to cut out like sugary sweets, and this is the thanks I get. This is the cost of self-improvement.
No.
Just appalling. Well, two more of them to come during the course of the show. In fact, the other two stories paint me in a very good light and are not at all embarrassing for me. Oh. So that's good. That's good. Anyway, talking of painting in a good light and not being embarrassing, it's time for the We Do Not Care Club, Hannah. Hit me.
Right, I'm going. Where's my pen? Didn't even do the. Like, I'm not going to do it with my teeth and then I have just done. Right.
You talk, I'll be listening, but I'll just be making a quick coffee.
Oh, for God's sake. All right, fine.
I've got work in an hour and a half, haven't I?
You're such a part-timer now. Right, anyway. Hello and welcome to the Stockport County branch of the We Do Not Care Club. I tell you what, I told Nick that it didn't really have a We Do Not Care Club, and he's clearly ignored me so that he can make a coffee. It was started to provide support for people needing reasons to be cheerful. And now let's get to today's announcements. I can't do this without you because I need to tell you a story. I'll switch things up. We'll do things first a different way. Right, we do not care that we won, but won ugly yesterday. One of the things we said on last week was that it was about game management and taking chances, and we did that, and everything went well.
It did.
Yes, thanks for the interaction there. We do not care that Mansfield should have had a penalty. I had an extensive chat with a Mansfield fan this morning. And we also don't care that the referee apparently finished the first half 30 seconds early. I mean, if you don't get the PGMOL letter, I was told today that it's now... Did you know this, Nick? It's now PGMO, not PGMOL.
Why?
I think it's because they are saving on ink. Like, they send so many letters out that not having to print the L, they save on ink. That can be the only explanation. But anyway, I suspect that Mansfield are going to come into a couple of Christmas cards from the PGMO.
That's nice. Well, it's not fair that we get them all.
No, and, you know, when my whole end of the season showdown comes in, they'll be glad of those letters.
They'll be those might be the letters that keep them up.
Right. Well, yeah.
And we don't want Mansfield getting relegated, do we?
Yeah, because yesterday was I don't even. Anyway, right. I've not told you about this. This is my anecdote from yesterday that Cameron Toman alluded to on the Twitter /X, whatever it's called. We do not care that we all support the club in different ways. So let me take you back to Notts County away a couple of seasons ago at the end of the season, and let's just call him some drunk bald guy screaming with his back to the pitch and everything going on the pitch, screaming at people to make some noise and get behind the lads and, you know, all of this. At the time, I was in a kind of semi-catatonic state because my car had broken down driving into Nottingham. Maybe it's something about Nottinghamshire that brings out the worst in people. I don't know.
That's why you hate Robin Hood, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So
woke do-gooder.
So someone yesterday took it upon themselves, again, not caring at all what's on the pitch behind them, to scream at the entire of like the first block, get behind the lads, stand up, get behind the lads. I'm sitting down. I've chosen my seat so I can sit down. I've got a wall. I am in my element. I'm lying.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Like, my away seats don't get better than this. I am.
That's a dream.
Like, protected and coddled. It's like a neurodivergent dream. And I kind of want to walk around Edgeley Park and see if this exists. I feel like it's somewhere, but I want it. I feel like this needs to be my season ticket. It was just joyful. I was sat in a puddle. It didn't matter because I was protected and cared for. And then someone at the back starts shouting back. So
of course.
I was like, I discovered who it was, sent Cam a text. So I was like, Charlotte wants to know who we need to buy a drink for at half time, because this bloke is already getting on my tits and we're like 5 minutes in. And it's Mansfield. There's a whole like set of emotions around it. But people do support the club in different ways, and they show their support in different ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, turning up and standing with your back to the pitch and shouting at other fans, that's one way. My kind of sitting like fetal position against the wall is another. You know, other people were just, you know, standing, sitting, whatever they want to do. It doesn't
I mean,
change anything.
given it was 30 quid a ticket,
Oh, goodness.
I'd be looking at the pitch at every opportunity. I'd be gluing my eyes open to get my £30 worth.
Yeah,
I would not be.
Say at one point that if they were playing in your back garden, you'd shut the curtains. But you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. But if I had to go to County Mansfield at Mansfield, I'd paid £30. I would be watching every. I would not have my back to the pitch for that price.
There's nothing about it that's enjoyable. But so then he tries to like get up to said county fan. I'm watching this like, oh my god, we're like Luton Reading.
This is like the theatre.
This is what we need. I'd rather watch this than this. So, you know, that's fine. A lady steward steps in front of him to block his path. He's still effing and blinding. Homophobic slurs are being glummed. But my favourite part was when he, a glasses wearer, shouted at the other person that was shouting back, also a glasses wearer, and called him a specky twat. Like, there is only one specky twat here, sir. And,
yeah, it's me.
Yeah. So that was yesterday. So
wow.
Honestly,
do we know who this person is?
No.
I do believe the person who was being called a specky twat is a famed Yellowboard poster.
Yeah.
But I've not. I think I've worked out who it is.
Well, I did genuinely send him a tenner to buy himself a drink, because at least I didn't have to put. If I'd had to put it with 90 minutes of that, then I don't think I would have been in a very good emotional place. So yeah. But he was saying that he'd had a similar conversation with someone at a home game that was behaving similarly, but asking to be entertained, like shouting at the players, asking them to entertain her.
That's very Gladiator.
Yeah.
The film, not the TV show.
Let's just let them get on with it. Granted, like we know, don't we, that players thrive off a lot of crowd noise. Oh my god, I've just thought of another one though. Except I do care. I really, really do care that Ollie Norwood, Saint Ollie Norwood, has become representative of everything that we don't like about football. He's got the sleeves, he's got the gloves, and now he's got the fist pumps. I
have a controversial take.
No.
I think the fist pump has its time. I mean, well done on calling it a fist pump, because I enjoy it when people say, "Oh, he was doing fist bumps." It's like, "Oh, who was he fist bumping?" It's like, "Oh, the fans." It's like, "What? Every fan? He went and gave every fan a fist bump?" It's like, "No, he was on the pitch doing it." It's like, he must have long arms, and I just get to be really facetious, and it's very, very me. Very me. No, I think there's a time and a place for a fist pump, as long as it's not every week.
Yeah, but now, like someone said, didn't they? They wanted to get Ollie Norwood to do fist pumps every away game from now until the end of the season.
No.
Idea. Pete Wild is the only person that's allowed to do fist pumps, and only because he nearly made me cry with it and why he did it.
And he exclusively manages small town tin pot clubs who lap up that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Barrow, Fleetwood. The fist pump was made for clubs like that.
I wonder if he does it because he manages his kids like under. Well, they were under 10s when I met him, so he's probably under 12s now. I wonder whether he does it.
Oh, I hope he does. I really hope he does. Oh, that'd be great. Right. Do we want to get on to Mansfield, or do you want a double anecdote that paints me in a very good light?
We should probably do like some actual football. Given
I think we should. On to some football after this. There we go. Yes, a first win. I loved your tweet, by the way, that 1983 is not 42 years ago.
No.
Fully subscribing to that as someone who wasn't even born then.
Like, if I was being generous, 25. Like, certainly no more. It's ridiculous. People should sort themselves out.
The music is still good. So it can't be 42 years ago. It's just...
Nonsense.
I'm still discovering some of the music. You can't go saying it's 42 years ago. No,
absolutely no chance. That really bothers me. People should do their research.
But considering... So, I mean, it was a topsy-turvy afternoon, let's put it that way, because at half-time, it seemed... The criticism I was seeing on social media seemed to be worse than some of our properly terrible performances. Cause that first half, I just thought was a total non-event aside from the own goal. I thought they were terrible. I thought we were terrible.
Goals that effectively cancelled each other out. So there was essentially no score going into half time.
Yeah.
It was all null and void. I mean, we started well.
Yeah, we really did. I was so surprised.
There was a level of organisation that we've been missing. One of the things that I talked about last week in your absence was the game management, and we can make up a lot with better game management and response to conceding goals, which we definitely did. I mean, in a game that you kind of, I still can't really get my head around it. There were some positives. Ollie Norwood's back. That was a positive.
Yeah, that was a nice little surprise because I genuinely, when they said possibly Mansfield, but most likely Boxing Day, none of those bits of news got me excited. I was like, March, it'll be March, this is us. It's going to be March, and he's not going to get fully fit before the end of the season, and it's going to derail our season. I was convinced.
Think he'd start, in fairness, because that's not what Charlie does. It's really rare that someone comes back out of injury and goes straight in.
I suppose in a way, it's because it's not a muscle injury. In a sense. I suppose it's sort of different. Yeah, in that sense, that helped a lot. Mm-hmm. But I definitely don't think he was expecting to be leaving him on as long as he did.
No, he said that, didn't he? That he did, but he got more minutes than they expected. But they need to be mindful of they've got 4 games in 9 days or something ridiculous.
I mean, that suggests that we inhabit a world where county staff are thinking, right, Mansfield away. What we'll do, we'll start Norwood. We'll go a few goals up, and then we'll take him off. That's it. That might have been a conversation at some point, which is mental.
I mean, I did my standard. I've started early this season. I've got no regrets. I betted against Stockport County. After the first goal went in, I said to my brother, I was like, should I cash out? And I decided that it was worth sacrificing.
Good of you, yeah.
Money. Matt, off of Florida, who's coming to...
Who is en route as we speak.
Is he?
He flew at like 4 o'clock this morning.
Right, he's in France, okay. So he sent me like a screenshot of his bet that he'd placed in some bookies in Florida. And was like, you're welcome. And I sent mine and I was like, well, you're welcome too. So collectively, we'd like to take credit for this.
Right. Thank you for your service.
I don't think I've bet on Mansfield before, so it just shows the power of it. Also, the whole power of hospitality. Boxing Day don't have a hospitality ticket. I'm just saying, people.
Right, let's make things happen. Let's use our considerable power and
I'm
influence.
good for Donny. I've got the hospitality ticket for Donny.
And you're out beforehand, aren't you? Tables are booked now.
I said I'd have some churros, just to be sociable.
That's good of you. Thanks. Well, I'll be knocking down the door as soon as they open, because that's going to be like my first day off of Christmas. So I'm very, very excited. A lot of the chat. Oh, this is brilliant. A lot of the chat surrounded the refereeing performance. Like it to be known that Liam Richardson liked our tweet about baffling referee performance.
Hang on. At this point, as a neutral, slight, supporter of the referees union, I'd like to point out that it was your tweet and not our tweet.
Well, that is our podcast, Hannah, so by extension...
No, but, I'm going to put a disclaimer saying that the views are not necessarily representative of both of the hosts.
Do you reckon the person who actually wrote David Walliams' books has spent all these years going, they're my books. No, they're my books, you bastard. And now they're like, no, they're your books. They are your books. It's exactly the same thing.
But I used to do this all the time with lower league. Look, it's suddenly go in on the account and put something that I knew was going to cause serious upset. No one would ever dream that it would come from me. So Liam would just get loads of shit for it.
Really well. So just to be clear, you get one chip that you can use a year. You can use the I didn't post that off the podcast account chip, and that's the tweet you're using it for. Are we just clear about this?
What? The one at the weekend? It clearly wasn't me.
No, I know, but is the referee? It was a baffling referee performance because a club official agreed with me. So I think it's fine.
All right, fine. I did say that to the person I was discussing it with that it was a very puzzling.
It was weird. It was first half. Both sets of fans have complained about him, which says it all about how bad it felt like. Everything we got given should probably have been given to Mansfield. And everything Mansfield got given... So every 50-50, it gave it the wrong way. And then there was the really baffling circumstances at half-time where he just thought, I don't want to play this last 30 seconds. I don't
which
is weird.
How you can make that level of decision-making, because you've already communicated to your fourth official that you're playing a minute or whatever it was. And then
2 minutes it was, yeah.
He's put the board up, all good. So I don't know how that happens.
No, it's very strange. I mean, the referee has more than one watch, and all his officials have more than one watch, and they're all mic'd up. So very strange, very strange. But no one seems all that bothered about it. Nigel Clough didn't really mention it in his post. Oh, he did. Yeah, he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. And then second half, that very much seemed to continue. So on to away from the referee briefly until we get on to second half stoppage time, which was another fiasco. So first half, you mentioned that we started well, we came out the blocks and everything, absolutely spot on. But then it felt there was a point where Mansfield played the long ball in behind down the channel and started to fashion a couple of chances from it. And then they thought, this is what we need to do. And they did it. And every time they got in behind, and poor lovely Bradley Hills, he looked all at sea at times.
We had an update last week. It's not as lovely anymore.
Oh, what's he done?
I can't tell you.
Oh, God almighty.
But Joseph Alowi's full name now is Lovely Joseph Alowi.
Good. That's disconcertingly vague. God, I feel a bit sick now. Yeah, he just seems to be getting pulled everywhere. And this is my worry with Brad Hills, is that he can sometimes get sucked into the whole sideshow of things rather than concentrating on tactical stuff.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of that at Wrexham last year.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
And when he was playing for Accrington Stanley against Wrexham the season
Yeah.
before, he
and the friendly in the summer for Norwich where he ended up covered in blood. That sort of thing.
He kind of plays into his because that, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it, but that challenge towards the end, which Harry, my friend who's a Mansfield fan, was talking to Will Evans afterwards, and he said no, it was like absolutely stonewall. And you look from our angle, it just looked like shoulders coming together. It didn't look like anything. And if that's what the liner's seen, if that's what the referee's seen, I don't know where they were to see that angle, but the replays are pretty damning. It should have been a penalty.
Yeah, but it's just another instance of the referee making the complete wrong decision.
Yeah.
But also evidence that these things do sort of even themselves up in a way.
That's what I said to Harry this morning when I was trying to make him feel better, because he's now convinced that they're being relegated. I was like, it's all swings and roundabouts, all evens out over the course of a season, doesn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
You love it when that happens.
Big fan of that. So both own goals sort of avoidable. It was just I didn't feel Kyle Wootton could do anything about it. Interesting fact I was sent yesterday: Kyle Wootton has scored more own goals for us this season than Malik Mothersill has scored goals.
Here's another one that started off really well and then just went completely absent.
Yeah, we sort of had that purple patch. I felt sorry for Kyle Wootton yesterday because he just had a horrible day up against them centre halves, and he was not. I mean, he doesn't get decisions at the best of times, but he was getting absolutely nothing yesterday.
Yeah. I think, looking for the positives yesterday, and I'll start with 3 negatives. We didn't dominate possession, but we know that that's normally a good thing as far as results are concerned. Sorry. We didn't have the highest XG. Mansfield did. And we didn't control every phase, but we controlled the moments that decided the game. And that's a massive difference. And I think that, to a certain extent, is what Ollie Norwood brings, that kind of composure in the face of chaos.
Yeah, essentially that's it. Yeah, at no point will we ever go to Mansfield and absolutely dominate a game and run out. Yesterday is the best it's going to get from Mansfield away. Drink it in, folks. We're living in unprecedented times.
Yeah, but they're a shadow of what they are normally as well. I
saw people enjoying the week saying, "Oh, they've got 11 out injured." It's like, this is Mansfield. Most of the time, they can pick 11 fans out the stand and still beat us. It's just what they do. What a refreshing change! It just feels like I came armed with all these stats about how bad we are against Mansfield, and just had to throw them all out at 5 p.m. yesterday. I do have a good stat though. After 20 games of last season, we were on 33 points. After 20 games of this season, we are on 35. Not bad for a team that's gone backwards.
I like that.
It's good, isn't it? It's been slowly. There was a point about when we did get into the top 2. There was a point where we were on more points than that point last season, and then we slipped away from it. But we're 2 points better off than this point last season, which I think a lot. They talk about when like an opposition manager makes like disparaging comments, and they'll pin it up on the dressing room wall.
Yeah,
that's what we should be pinning up on the dressing room wall. Just all the people who said, "Oh, recruitment's been shit." I mean, if you look at the players we've paid a fee for, then yes, maybe there is like a case to be stated that we're not that good at recruitment. But in terms of all the talk last few months has been we've gone backwards. We miss player X, we miss player Y, and in those cases, yeah, we mostly do miss player X and Y, but we're still winning games, and now we're 2 points better off, and we're not even at the halfway point yet either.
No, there's some really weird takes as well. Like I saw both Brad Helsley and I got a shitload of criticism on various social media platforms yesterday. That'll be Brad Hills that's in Team of the Week.
Yeah, because
absolutely. I just, yeah. And Ethan Pye, yeah, okay, there might be, the odd slip, but defensively and aerially, is that she in the Little
Mermaid? Yeah. No, Ariel is a Little Mermaid. Aerially is a word in the Oxford English Dictionary.
Right, good to know. But he was mermaid-like in his defensive position, in terms of kind of stopping, and also Ollie Norwood's back. So what does that mean? Odin Bailey's back.
I love John Kieran said on the commentary yesterday, Odin Bailey with his best performance in a couple of months. It's like, yes, it will have been. Yeah, he was superb, but it was let's hope that Odin Bailey, it was a precaution when he went off. I think it was. I think it's more of a precaution than an actual move, but this is us. What?
You had to love some.
Yeah, I know, but what can you do?
Charlie's post-match yesterday made me laugh particularly. I think, overall he was pleased with the performance. But like John Kieran said to him, how's Odin Bailey? He's like, I've not spoken to him. Your player goes off injured. I don't know at what point this was after the game, and you've not and I don't know whether it's stopping he doesn't want to speculate on how he is or anything like that. But I just found that a really, really odd thing to say. And then John Kieran said, and Jack Diamond played really well. Oh yeah, but it was like when the blind, ridiculous, wasn't it?
I mean, I think if I was Dave Challoner, I definitely wouldn't want to speculate on possible injuries. Given the number of times he said, oh yeah, it'll be a couple of weeks hopefully, and then we've not seen the player for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't want to guess.
I wouldn't say I've not spoken to him. Well, as a manager, I would make sure that I spoke to them to check. I just. But I've not been a football manager. I don't know. But
no, that's something I've been finding interesting recently, because when a player does go off, it'll be Clint Hill and Dave Conlon who'll shake their hand, give them a high five or whatever on the way, or give them a pat on the back as they go off. And then I noticed yesterday in the Spurs game, Spurs had a player sent off first half for a pretty nasty challenge on Van Dijk, and it was one of them that boils my piss, where a player gets sent off for a stupid foul and the fans applaud him. Really winds me up. It's like, he's just put you in the shit here half an hour in. Why are you doing this? And then his manager gave him a pat on the back as he went off, and as if to say, "Oh, it's not your fault." It's like, no, but it was his fault. So it's very interesting to see how different managers. There's a few managers who will have their coaches do the. It's very. I wonder how I suppose it depends what kind of motivator you are. I see Charlie as more of a coach than a man manager, I guess. I think he does his work on the training ground and does it very well, clearly.
Sure.
But it's interesting how them dynamics are different on different management teams. Yeah.
I mean, I'm far too empathetic. Like, what I'm like with talking about like Corey and Owen Moxon and people like that. I'm too sensitively attuned to kind of emotions and reactions, and maybe that's it. You've got to be dispassionate, and it's about the performance on the pitch, and and nothing else. Don't know.
Yeah, I've just furnished you with a good stat. I've just happened across a feature here that we'll call good stat, bad stat. So we've had a good stat. Do you want a bad stat, Hannah?
It seems rude to say no.
So At the top of the away table, we are 3 points clear. Best away record in League One. Our home record, meanwhile, we are 16th and just 2 points above the relegation zone.
Well,
So if I at any point see, after a home win this season, if I see county social media using the phrase Fortress Edgerley, I'm going to be having some words. Some strongly worded letters will be going out to all the authorities. I will not be happy. At some point, we're going to win 2 home games in a row, and it's going to be Fortress Edgerley, and I'm going to be sick.
it's not going to be this week, let's be honest.
Don't say that. It's
It's
Christmas.
not. Lincoln pulled Cardiff apart on Saturday, and that's not an easy thing to do. Donny have got, Grant McCann can't be long for the Doncaster Rovers world.
Yeah, but the Peterborough job's not available, so he can't go anywhere yet.
They're 14 games without a win.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's been allowed to go on that far. Weren't they top at one point? Weren't they top fairly early on, or top 2 or something?
But they, I'm scared of saying anything about Grant McCann because of what happened last time. We asked the rhetorical question, is it time for him to go? I'm still recovering from it, quite honestly. But I feel like it would be really quite hard to defend him at this point.
Yeah, it's very... I mean, you mentioned Cardiff as well. I was in work Friday night, and we were talking about the league and what have you, and I stupidly said, well, it feels like there's one promotion place up for grabs now, because Cardiff seem like they're going to do a Birmingham. They're really not. And even looking at their recent results, like, they're not blowing anybody away like Birmingham did at times.
No.
And then it feels like all the top 6 are just going to constantly take points off each other all season.
Yeah.
We've had them taken off us already. There's potential for more on Boxing Day.
Bradford lost to Leyton Orient yesterday as well. And South missed 2 absolute sitters, one of which, open goal. And he sent it wide.
God, if we'd given him a 10-year contract, he could have been missing sitters for us, Hannah.
I know. It feels. I'm quite. Donny got beaten 4-1, 5-1 by Plymouth. It's a funny league this season.
It's very odd.
I watched Wrexham Swansea on Friday night, and it's the first time I've seen Wrexham this season. And I found it really, really interesting the way that the commentators were talking about them. Like the shine has gone. They're just any other club now to a certain degree, except the expectations are higher. So, they're talking about them and said, I was thinking, if I was a Wrexham fan and we were 10th in the Championship, I'd be really happy with that. Whereas they were saying, they expected them to do, they'll be really disappointed, all of this. And then there's kind of an absolute 180 or 360? 180 in terms of gameplay and how they used to be really, really good at picking up points and goals in the last kind of 15 minutes. They put Stephen Fletcher on and wheel him out, and that was it. Whereas this season, they've lost 15 points from match-winning positions, which I think is actually similar to ours. I think we've got similarly poor stats. But yeah, really, really interesting to see them playing and just looking very, 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 very responsive and reactive. It was another example of me feeling quite pleased that didn't go up.
It's really interesting with that Wrexham game, in the aftermath, seeing a lot of Wrexham fans online. It's something that we've had levelled at our players, which is why it links in and we're still on about it. A lot of talk, now they've sort of I won't even say they've hit a ceiling. I'd say they've hit a temporary ceiling. It's still a case of like finding the feet, but in the next 5 years, probably next 3 years, they're going to get promoted from that league. That's guaranteed. That's going to happen. But a lot of their fans are sort of bemoaning the lack of connection with the players. They're saying there's a lot of players that have come in off the back of the whole Disney thing rather than actually getting it, and that seems to be something they've. But you're always gonna, I suppose, lose that on your way up the league. I think possibly Mullin was the last of those players, and now he's gone. It's sort of
Yeah, it was Mullin, your Ollie Palmer, your like the ones that I had friends who would take their kids to meet the players, and the players knew the kids by name, and something that would happen with our players, and they would have a thing where you'd turn up at like. The players would turn up and sign autographs, similar again to how we've got now. Like that the players are going to be walking down Hardcastle Road at 1 o'clock if you want to go and say hi and get something signed. But yeah, it changes, and I don't know. I think it's naive to expect it not to change. I remember like the promotion from the National League celebrations on Edgeley. And thinking it won't be like this again. And it was, and I think it would be again to a certain extent.
Oh, absolutely would. Yeah, but
it's I can see that, and it is probably coming our way.
Yeah. A fantastic commentary cliche got broken out yesterday, which I was delighted about when Jack Diamond scored the winning goal. The shortest man on the pitch scores a header. It's always one of my favourites. When it's not often commentators get to break that one out.
Well,
but they did.
Short strikers are, deceptively aerially strong sometimes.
You pulled that round. Yeah. It was a fantastic. When the ball came in, I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, why is he the one attacking it? And then bang in. Superb. Nice of him to, after all the talk about his end product from Dave Challoner in interviews, it's nice 48 hours after interest from Derby gets rumoured. He thinks, I'll pop up with a bit of end product now.
There was one comment, and one of the things he said in his interview yesterday was like, well, you can put together a highlight reel and it'll show you all the good stuff, but it won't show you and I was like, is that what's happened? Has his agent been like touting his highlight reel around?
Yeah. And then Dave Challoner showing displaying a fundamental misunderstanding of how a highlight reel works, because they're not going to put the bad stuff on it because then it wouldn't be a highlight reel.
Yeah. And that was the thing about Corey Adai when he was sat watching his best bits on Instagram with his daughter. It's a pre-put together highlight reel. Of course, it's going to have him defending crosses.
You know who else has got a highlight reel on YouTube, Hannah?
Who?
I nearly went into the Richard Keys voice then when I was about to say his name. Malik Mothersill.
Oh,
he's got a highlight reel.
Would that be Malik Mothersill, who has deleted all trace of Stockport County on his Instagram?
Yeah, I love this sort of thing.
Now, my theory is he was having a little bit of beef on Instagram in the DMs with some Peterborough fans.
Some weird Peterborough fans.
He did incredibly well. He was... he made a very strong argument for, they were still following him. They were lower in the league than we were, whatever. I wonder whether he's got told off and he's thrown his boys out of the pram and been like, right, well, I won't have anything about Stockport County then.
Yeah.
But, some people are like, well, he's leaving.
Yeah. Oh well, that's it. People, this assumption that we're just going to give up on him in January is one of the most mental things I've heard in my life. Like, notwithstanding the fact that we've, all the way from National League North all the way up to now, we have signed players, and obviously before then, I mean, you look at Jim Gannon and Kevin Francis, early 90s, they were on the receiving end of the same thing, not hitting the ground running straight away. Sam Walker, for fuck's sake, he got brought on as a sub on the opening day of the season, got subbed off, got farmed out on loan to Curzon Ashton, thought, well, we're not seeing him again, and now he's a legend. He's a title winner and a club legend. So it just goes to show there is a way back, and there's quite clearly Malik Mothersill is doing it in training, because if you don't do it in training, you don't get in a Dave Challinor team. No,
and the difference again, like that I talked about last week, was that he's being used as a specialist tool, but the wrong specialist tool. So if you bring him on in a chaotic team that needs to claw goals back, it's the wrong usage of him. So I was really happy that he started on Saturday, and I thought it was really useful, but then just faded.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. I mean, you look at his record last season. Ignore all the Peterborough fans saying, "Well, I think he was shit," because he quite clearly wasn't. Like close to 30 goal involvements last season.
Yeah, and they loved all of the Ballon d'Or stuff.
Of course they did.
They love that shit when it's your player. This is what Matt and I were talking about it. Right, because the other thing this week was at Loft, them putting the Wrexham thing on the, I don't know whether it was archery or whatever it was. It's just unnecessarily goady, because it will get back to Wrexham fans.
Of course it will.
All again, it'll be the living rent free shit. And so Matt and I were talking about it, and like Matt said, the stuff about like Charlie in the pub singing "Fuck you, Wrexham, we're going to win the league," or whatever it was, or "We've won the league." It boils your piss as an opposition fan, but if it was your manager, then you'd love it. And it was the same with the Peterborough Peterborough fans last year.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously doing the right things in training. I think it just becomes a vicious circle at times. When things aren't coming off for you on the pitch, you'll go out of your way to do things you wouldn't normally do to try and get people on side. And I feel there's certainly an element of that with Mothersill at the moment.
I think he's frustrated as well. Like when we were at Peterborough and he was walking down there, he was warming up, and someone shouted like, why doesn't Charlie play you at like centre mid or something? And he made a hand gesture like, to know.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be playing him in the 10 behind the striker or strikers personally, but I mean, there's obviously the possibility, the strong rumour. I don't know if you discussed it last week, but there's the strong rumour of
anything. I just talked to myself for an hour.
There's a strong rumour of a signing coming back to this parish, who then posted a picture on his Instagram this week, and it turns out our new signings are arriving ready injured now,
right?
Which is a boost.
So I think though, no one else is going to want him, are they?
Right, someone was saying on one of the message boards, someone was saying, "Oh, it's a bit stupid of him to post that when there's like potential employers." And it's like maybe, yeah. It's like, oh, we won't have a medical. We'll just look at that picture of him in a protective boot. Like, oh, absolutely ridiculous.
He's got a knee brace on, hasn't it, which suggests like cruciate type.
It does, but apparently it's a cyst he's got on his, like, something to do with the injury he had last time. It's so he's had to have like an operation or something along them lines. I don't know. I'm not a medical person.
It might have done that keyhole. It might not be that bad. But again, like you've got to feel for players like him. Like in the caption, he said, "I just want to play football. That's all I want to do in this life."
Don't we all, Hannah?
No,
do you not? You're all right. Yeah, I don't really. I'd get about 5 minutes in, and that'd be it.
Yeah, no, but I did. Yes, we did talk about the lad from Villa. Me, and Hannah here. Yeah.
Before we, is there anything else on Mansfield? Oh yes, so second half stoppage time.
Oh yeah.
I
I
had
just
Sam
like
Byrne and John Kieran on comms on the stream because I was in Uzbekistan, and they said, oh, 6 minutes. This was whilst the electronic board was showing 8 minutes and the graphics had 8 minutes. But you can reveal that the scoreboard said 6 minutes and the announcer said 6 minutes.
The announcer said 6 minutes. So the announcer did actually like make a retraction, but it didn't come up on the scoreboard. So I heard the announcer say that there'll be 8 minutes, but you know, it was typical football stadium. 8. By which point we'd already realised that it was 8 and not 6. So yeah, and then there was a substitution in there because Che Gardner had come on. There was probably other stoppages and shenanigans going on because of what happened yesterday. So yeah, 9.5 we played, which is probably a little bit generous, but probably Nigel Clough got his 30 seconds back, which
I did enjoy John and Sam on commentary. Like, they spent a long time speculating over whether it was 6 or 8, and then Sam just said, "Well, we'll wait until we get to the 6 minute mark, and then we'll know." Like, that's really good. That's a really good idea. Absolutely brilliant.
oh dear! But by that point, like everything just felt ridiculous. I didn't, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it gets to the point where when you're in Mansfield 5 days before Christmas, the football's almost secondary, isn't it? You just want to get out of there and get home.
Really nice chips, I will say.
Good. That's something. Well done, Mansfield. Take your chips to League 2.
Yeah, chips were good. Oh, they've got their new stands open now as well. The Davis Keeler Dunn stand. It's true. That's what the money was earmarked for. Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll quickly chat Lincoln before I head off to work. But first, I have another 2 anecdotes for you, Hannah.
All right, go on.
These ones are not about me being in distress.
Okay, good.
Me getting put in 2
Is this like a virtue signalling segment?
Oh no! Oh, not at all! Oh God, no! I do my charity work on the quiet. Thank you very much.
You were gonna like announce to everyone how you were donating meals to the needy.
No, well, they need someone to swim across the channel now, don't they, to cover up historic misdeeds? So
no,
I can.
I know I'll volunteer for that.
Now that well, I'm sure Williams will still volunteer for it, but he's not bloody doing it. He's not bloody. There could be children swimming around in that water. You don't want him near them. So at work, so as people probably know, I work for one of the so-called Big Six supermarkets, and on my shift the other night, where I was working is right near where the yellow the whoopsies, the yellow stickers, the good shit, the reduced stuff. I was near that, and a gentleman, I'd say around my age, doing his shopping late night, and he kind of moved across me to get to the fridge where these reductions are, and he said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, mate. That was dead rude of me, wasn't it? It must really annoy you when people are like getting dead aggressive near the reductions." I said, "Well, the very fact that you've noticed it and flagged it up suggests that you're not like those people." And he kind of like looked all thoughtful. He went, "Oh, cheers." Then there's a silence, and he goes, Do you fancy going for a drink?" Look at that!
Oh,
I'm a gay pin-up, Hannah.
Oh,
Finally, a gay pin-up. Anyway, the sex was terrible. Just really awkward. Didn't know what to do. No, I said no. I've got a girlfriend, and then I apologised. I don't know why I'm apologising. Sorry, I don't fancy men. Apart from Alex Turner.
Like, I seem to at the moment be getting loads of stories on Facebook where people like in that kind of situation have then had a conversation, and they've started like putting whoopsie stickers on like turkeys for Christmas, and like, you know, the good sausages, not the Richmond sausages are the best sausages though.
Richmond sausages are the best sausages. Thank you.
I don't need meat. I just want like processed pork.
Yeah. Well, that was Thursday night.
Right. Okay.
And then Friday morning, finished my shift at 6. I was like, oh, I'll go to the best Greg's in the country, the best Gregory's in the country. I'll go to the one at Cheadle Heath.
The drive-through.
Went in the drive-through. Although I walked in because I was Sans vehicle on account of and Sans licence as well. So I went in and. The woman was working behind the counter. The woman, Elaine, she was called. God, it would have been awful after this tale if I forgot her name. So Elaine was there. So morning. I'm always very nice and polite in the morning because even though I'm coming off the end of like an 8-hour shift, they're just starting theirs. Right. So they don't need me being all grumpy. So all nice and polite. I said, I'll have a sausage bun with brown sauce and I'll have a large mint hot chocolate.
£3? She goes,
no, it's more than that.
What's it?
I think it's like $3.30 for the meal deal, but then it's extra because it's a large hot chocolate. But she's like, oh, are you all right? We're chatting away, and she goes and does my sausage bun, and she comes over, like looks like conspiratorially to the left and right. She goes, I've put you an extra sausage in because you're polite and you've got a lovely smile. I was like, oh, that's so nice. I'm like, cheers, Elaine. Nice. Well, I thought it was nice at the time, but there was a downside to it. And then she's doing my mint hot chocolate. She goes, oh, do you want cream on it? I was like, yeah, you know what? I will fucking have cream on it, Elaine. Yeah, I will. So she puts whipped cream on it. She goes, I'll go and find some sprinkles for you as well. And she was digging around in the back, get some sprinkles on hot chocolate. I thought, oh, God, I'll get home, get in bed, I'll have my sausage bun with my 3 sausages on it. It turns out there's a 2 sausage rule on Greg's Barms for a reason, because any more, your structural integrity's gone. I've got a brown sauce coated sausage rolling around the bed. Not a euphemism. That's what I would have had if I'd said yes to the date the night before. Oh, that was vile. So yes. So it's a nice thing happened to me, but then it turned out it didn't feel like a nice thing because I had to tame my sausage.
I think the important part of that story was that Elaine's intentions were good and pure.
And you know what? I'm going to canvass your opinion now because I go in there a lot. I go in there more than I should, like, based on like health recommendations. I'm in there a lot. So I was thinking I'm going to take him in some chocolates tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Merry Christmas, thank you for being nice in the morning. I think that's all right. But I don't want her to think I'm doing it just because of the sausage. Because that ruined my morning, really.
No, I think that's fine.
Yeah, so I'll do that and I'll report back.
I'd say, like, for the staff room.
For the staff room.
That's what I do.
Help yourself. Unless you're vegan, in which case you can't have any of this. Here's £2.50, get yourself a vegan sausage roll. And leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right, Lincoln Boxing Day. Good old Boxing Day home clash. It's exciting, isn't it?
Well, we've not been at home since, was it Crew?
Since last week?
3 years ago? No, on Boxing Day.
Oh, Boxing Day, yes. Was it 5-1 we beat Crew Boxing Day?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like the last home game against Lincoln was fraught with peril and 2 behind. I'm just gonna, honestly, Boxing Day for me is about the leftover turkey curry in the courtyard.
Seeing everyone in the new clothes, the new clothes that they got for Christmas.
Yeah, everyone wearing the clothes that they've got that are now in the sale in the shop.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. The curry, drink.
That's the best thing about.
That's I'm gonna do some baking for my friends in the pop side. We're gonna have
that's exciting.
Sticky gingerbread and Christmas road because I made mince pies last year. Well, I say I made mince pies. I clearly bought mince pies from the co-op. I smashed them up a bit. They looked like
you just knocked them out of it.
But it turns out that not everyone likes mince pies, so I'm trying to be more inclusive this holiday season.
Oh, that's good of you. That's good of you. Well, before we wrap up, Hannah, I'm going to hit you with a question based on a comment that we've got. A nice little question to wrap it up. So County Fan 696 has suggested that Jack Diamond will play in the Championship in January. If the interest is real, Hannah, and not just the work of an agent maybe trying to get a new deal when he's got 18 months left, would you possibly entertain the prospect of selling him in January? There's a right answer and a wrong answer.
Well, so I get the feeling that Dave Challoner is not Jack Diamond's biggest fan based on the whole exchange on Saturday. I do get frustrated by him because there are moments of brilliance, but he's not a completer finisher most of the time. I would say if we have some like Jack Diamond or better.
Yeah.
Right. So we are not going to let him go unless we've got someone lined up. And I would suggest that lad from Villa is a direct substitute.
Yeah.
Essentially. But that lad from Villa gets injured an awful lot.
Yeah.
So it's a risk. We don't know what's going to happen to that lad from Stoke. So
that lad from Stoke, who is still on the field mill pitch in an offside position as we speak right now. I really enjoyed him going. 3
times in oh my goodness.
And he went mental at Shea Gardner for not passing it to him. So I didn't pass it to you because you were 60 yards offside, mate. It was constant. That's like the basics for a striker. It really annoyed me, that did. Just, nah, not working for me there. I think the crucial thing is, as you said, if we're replacing him with someone similar who's better, then and not just with the lad from Villa, but any player who has that skill set and plays in that role is going to be at more of a risk of injury at the best of times.
Yeah, and Jack Diamond actually does feel... I don't know what... No, I'm just going to stop talking.
Oh, God. Are you sure?
I didn't say it.
You can say it and I'll end the stream. Forever. But no, I would not be entertaining the thought of either. And I do not trust us to get a good fee for him. I'm still pissed off at what we got for Tanto, to be honest. I think they underpaid.
I mean, there's been a scout from Preston North End sitting the pop side consistently for the last few weeks. I took it upon myself to work out who he was. I got a picture of him sent around in community. It turned out no one knew his name, but they knew that he was from Preston North End. But he's been looking at someone. I think Ethan Pye's been suggested as well, but Ethan Pye's always suggested.
Are we entering the last 6 months of Ethan Pye's contract?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, Preston would fit then, because if it's Jack Diamond, I don't see Preston having £1 million to spend on a player.
No.
They wouldn't have been in the Championship for 736 years if they had money to sign players for £1 million. So, right, that just about wraps it up, I think. I'm going to go to work. Only 3 more nights to go.
Happy Christmas, Nick.
Yeah, happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas to everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but the people know who they are.
If you don't like us, we don't like you. So not happy Christmas to you.
Yes, correct. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, let's be fully unfiltered. We will be back next Sunday from 8 p.m. talking Lincoln and looking ahead to Doncaster, and then we'll also probably get a midweek one in. Will we? No. I love that gets a laugh, and my traumatic laxative story does not get as much of a laugh. Right, we'll be back next Sunday, and then midweek, 2 episodes next week. Say goodbye.
All right, thanks for letting me know this time.
I just looked at my calendar then. And I was like, oh yeah, that's good. That yeah. And I'm basically off from like the 28th to the 1st. So done. I'm free as a bird. Say goodbye to all the lovely people, Hannah, and also say goodbye to the people who you didn't want to wish Merry Christmas to. Just to make it
Bye
included.
everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Inclusive. See you next week. Merry Christmas, everybody.